Come with me for 24 hours as I take you through one of the biggest photo conventions in the country, Imaging USA, here in Tennessee, where a lot of people come to network, see new products, and learn a lot of things. I'm gonna take you through an entire trade show floor where I'm gonna show you some of the biggest vendors I work with and some of the people that I use on a daily basis to deliver high-end products to our clients. So come with me and see, who knows, maybe your next wish list item is gonna be on this video. Let's go. What is up, guys? It is Sunday and I'm on the way to the airport to go to Imaging USA for less than 24 hours. You know, a while ago, I stopped going to these conferences and I regret doing that. I felt like my learning had plateaued and I just wouldn't go to these things, and I regret doing that. So I recommend you guys that are just starting or even experienced and are looking for a reason to get back into it, to think about it and to make an effort to go to these things, because I stopped going and I regret doing that. I had a wedding late last night to finish at 2 a.m. and I have a photo shoot as soon as I get back the next morning, which is why I only have a window of less than 24 hours to go, but I'm making an effort to go, to stay relevant, top of mind, to keep my connections fresh. The only airline with a flight that would make sense for me is actually Spirit Airlines, which I detest flying Spirit.
It's like dragging my across shattered glass.
It's only a 2.5 hour flight and I am on the way to Nashville and I cannot wait to bring you guys along. Just got to Fort Lauderdale's airport. Not a fan of this airport, but it is what it is. And here's the winning airline. I have to say that's one of the smoothest TSA experiences I've had in a while. I may have to reconsider my position on Fort Lauderdale's airport, but now the priority is to find a quiet place to sit down and pick some teasers from last night's wedding. But actually first I have to find some AirPods because I left mine at home and there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to work without them. And here we go. Hell yeah. Well, I don't see any AirPods, but I do see these wired AirPods here. These right here. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. Bye-bye. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to finish picking out those teasers on the plane because my flight is boarding, which kind of sucks because those seats are really small in those planes, but it is what it is. We'll get it done. And I have landed in Nashville, Tennessee, and ready for Imaging USA. Trying to pick teasers on that tiny little airplane was rough, but I definitely picked some that the bride's going to be thrilled to see. Now I gotta go to the hotel, check in, and I'll see you guys there. Well, I finally made it to my room after being stopped in the lobby and all the areas around here by so many amazing vendors and colleagues that I work with on a regular basis that I only get to see once a year. So super fun, happy to connect with all these people here. Tomorrow's gonna be a busy day for me and you because I'm gonna show you something that takes me 1 to 2 days to normally walk a trade show floor. I'm gonna show it to you in 1 day and I have a lot of people to talk to and a lot of tips to give you guys. So let's get a good night's rest and I'll see you tomorrow. Alon, out. All right, it is the first morning of the show for me. The actual convention started yesterday, but I arrived late last night, caught up with a bunch of amazing individuals that I only see once a year. But it's the morning of, I got my coffee ready and I'm ready to go register, which is the first step you have to do. I'm quite surprised actually that I don't see a lot of people. I hope this is not a bad turnout for this event. So we'll see what happens when the show actually opens. It is still kind of early, so you never know. Let's go. So this here is the registration area, sort of a welcome area for the show. You get to ask any questions, print your badge, which is exactly what we're gonna do right now. Let's go. I guess a morning session just came out right now because a bunch of people are coming out of the ballroom here. So 5 minutes into the trade show, and I already ran to one of my good friends here, Chris J. Evans. What is going on, my friend? How you doing?
Doing great, Alon. Just happy to be here at Imaging USA.
I'm happy to see veterans in the industry still coming out to these things. I was mentioning in the beginning of the video that I stopped coming to these things for a little while, and I regretted that because I want to stay connected, I want to stay current and relevant. What do you think about that?
I think it's such an incredible experience anytime you get to hang out with not only the other leading photographers in the industry, but the young up and coming, the emerging, anyone who just wants to up-level their craft. And if we can offer any advice to anyone, it's such a powerful experience to give back to the community. My favorite thing is coming and meeting all the big brands, the brands that I use and engage with, and see if we can work on partnerships and how we can work together. And then just, again, hanging out with great photographers who love photography and do the same thing I love. So anytime we can talk shop and get really nerdy on gear, let's go. As much as we are out there in the world kind of hunting some of the same weddings, when we're here, we're not competitors at all. We're just friends, and we just get to enjoy each other's company and have a great time.
But after this, we're enemies. All right, I just wrapped up a few classes in there and ran into my buddy John Carlos here, who I've seen at WPPI and imaging throughout all these years. Good to see you, bro. How you doing?
Doing great, man. You were also on my show, man. You were such a great guest.
Thank you, man.
Great stories, great travel.
What are you looking for here in the show this time around?
Well, I came and taught. So I spoke at a pre-con, taught people how to create video content. If you're afraid of the camera, right? Because we had to learn this, right? I hated being.
This ain't easy.
Yeah. So a lot of people are feeling anxious, excited at the same time of creating content, because we're photographers in the video era.
If there's one tip that you could give to people that don't like being in front of the camera, what would that be?
Record, whatever it might be. You're going to screw up a lot. I screw up a lot. Just keep recording, keep failing, keep making mistakes. Before you realize, you're going to memorize what you want to say, and it's going to come out great. So better done and dirty than not done at all.
Awesome, man. Well, it's great to see you, and hope to see you around again.
All right, man. See ya.
Right behind me here is the trade show, which is about to open in 5 minutes. And that's where you get to see all the vendors for photo and video. I always recommend to have an idea of what you're looking for, to come out here and test it out, ask the vendors any questions you have about it, pricing, etc. I'm particularly looking for some of those long tube lights that I can use for my video productions to make them a little bit easier as opposed to the big gigantic lights. So that's some of the things that I've been looking for here, and other things that'll help me in the video productions for the hotels that I do. So it's about to open, so let's go inside and see what's new. And it is 11:30 a.m., which is the time that they open the trade show here at PPA. So let's go inside and see what they got in there. So if you have ever been to one of my events and you have been tagged in a photo that we take and you get a text later with the photo on your phone, this is the man responsible for that technology and the creation of the company Spot My Photo. Ryan, what do you say to those photographers out there right now that are not capitalizing on the opportunity of making a few extra $1,000s in every event?
I'd say that you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time answering the question over and over again. How do we get our photos? People love your photos, they want to get them, and you've got an elegant solution to putting them right into their hands.
First of all, I'm not being paid to say this. I told you I was going to give you authentic content on how to make money and how to find new gear and new things like that. And this is a company that we use in all of our events. It's a very easy way of making an extra $2,000, $3,000, just so that you guys know how the technology works. You take a picture, it's connected to your phone, the AI recognizes your face, and then the person, or you in that case, gets a text with the photo immediately, so you can download it to your phone and share it on social media, which is what we all want these days, instant gratification and to get your images right away. So. All right, so this is interesting. I told you one of the things I was looking for here is the LED tube lights, and I found this here, which is kind of interesting. What is this exactly, bro?
Yeah, so this is the newer GC30C. It is a inflatable tube light. It does bicolor and RGB.
Can I deflate it?
Yeah, please, yeah. And under.
All right, here we go. Oh my God, I just deflated this thing. And it fits in any bag. What is the cost of this?
This model is $60. You can get it on our website, newer. You get it on B&H. You can get it on Amazon as well. You get an hour and 10 minutes at 100% power.
An hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. All right, what in the world are we looking at here?
Oh, this is a robot photo booth.
A robot photo booth. All right, it's got a camera here. It's got a flash right here. Can you rotate it a little bit? And it needs to be driven by the joystick always, right?
Yes.
It's coming for you guys doing photo booths out there in Miami. This is the new technology right here. All right, we are here at my album company, Graphic Studios, straight out of Italy, with a colleague, long-term colleague of mine, Kenny Kim.
Hi, everyone.
What's up? Wait.
Yeah, how are you, Elaine?
Good, man. Good to see you.
to see you.
Hey, man, you've been in the industry such a long time, maybe longer than me.
Yeah.
And what do you think about people not printing albums versus just getting digital prints?
I honestly think they're doing a disservice to their clients.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in a digital generation where everybody wants digital prints right away, which I think we need to deliver. But for the long run, I think it's really important for us to print albums.
We're not being paid for this. I'm just out here bringing you guys authentic content for you guys. I'm sure there are other album companies here.
Yeah.
We chose one a long time ago. We stuck with them.
Yep.
And that's what we do. All right, man.
Thanks, bro.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, so I am here with my good friend Jerry, and probably the most decorated photographer in the world that I know.
I decorate a lot. There's lots of decoration.
That's right. But this guy here is the man, has been in the industry for such a long time. And one of the things that I've been talking about earlier is how to stay inspired, to still coming to these conferences and still being here present after all these years of being in business. What's your secret for that?
Well, man, I love the industry. For me, I'm always obsessed with the process. And I can't tell people enough how important that is. Now, what does that mean? People are often validation driven, they're money driven, they're result driven. I'll only be happy when I execute this thing. I'm only happy if I get this award. I'll only happy if I make this kind of money.
Right,
I'm obsessed with the process. So when I'm photographing, I'm obsessed with experiencing joy behind the camera and interacting and bringing out the best in my people. Don't look at your competition and be pissed that they're successful and you're not, or the perception of success and you're not.
Exactly, because you don't know really what's going on behind the scenes.
So I'm just saying is that you can, if that person that you're obsessing over, damn, they've already got my clients, they've already got those vendors that I want, they seem to be making all the money, they're getting all the likes, they've got all these followers, all that shit means nothing. It's like being rich in Monopoly. It's fun.
So true.
Now, it's fun, but
But it means nothing.
it means nothing. If you don't have peace of mind, as in your mind's at peace and you're happy with your life, because confidence is quiet. Be who you are, love every moment, experience joy with your camera. And if you don't like the perception of your life or what's going on, what you don't change, you're choosing.
That's how you keep the energy going to stay relevant and to stay current and to stay present even after being in the industry for 35 years. Thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. And I am here with the beautiful Lauren, who is an amazing photographer. And I just want to ask everyone that I've talked to here, how do you find the inspiration to keep coming to these things? And what do you find every year in these conferences?
So every year, I love the opportunity to not only get to know other photographers, I like to get to know other brands, I like to get to know everybody that is here. Everybody's growing. Everybody is coming here to learn something different, and they're coming in for a business or lighting or something, and everybody's just here looking to improve, and that is just an amazing thing, and I love being surrounded by people like that.
Absolutely. Have you seen any products that have called out your attention or anything that you want to get?
100%. I already got this spider holster. Their brand new leather line is
earlier.
it's so amazing. I'm absolutely so obsessed.
Let me see what we got going on here.
But what's so cool about this one is the bag attaches to the spider holster, or you could just wear it as just a fanny pack.
So that's a lens bag right here?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the tips and happy to see you again. All right, so if you've seen me work at events, you know that I've been using the Spider holster for many years, and now they got something new here that I see, a leather strap. What's going on here?
We have this beautiful aesthetic design showing this nice rich brown leather, and then in addition to that, we have a suspension system here. So for us fellows who don't have the God-given hips to keep belts up all the time, this suspension system is keeping this up on my body for extra weight. So it does two things. Disconnects. We have a quick disconnect option right there. It goes right into the camera plate itself. So if I want to, I could work it just like a shoulder strap harness and shoot, drop. And then when I want to walk, I holster it, disconnect, and reconnect for weight relief. And it's going to be one of those design aesthetics where now you look the part just as much as you get all that functionality.
Awesome, man. Look forward to seeing that then. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
All right. I'm here with my buddy Andre Brown. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good, man. How's it going, bro?
It's good, man. It's good to see you. I've seen you at these shows year after year, and I wanted to ask you any tips for photographers to get the most out of these conventions?
Tip number one is talk to everybody, because at the end of the day, you never know who it is that you're talking to.
Absolutely.
Whether that's somebody that's already like kind of popping, that has some game to be able to help you get to the next place. Or it could be that next person that's popping that, you know, now you build some sort of relationship with.
I am literally here for this kind of connection, staying top of mind with my friends and colleagues. And you're right. I went to 2 classes and I walked right out. It's always a pleasure seeing you, my brother, and I hope to see you at the next one, man.
Sure.
Well, there are only so many hours in one day, and my day at Imaging USA has come to an end. It was really cool seeing so many people that I only see once a year, and unfortunately, I only get to see them once in this entire trip for only 24 hours. But the trade show was pretty cool. I did not find what I came here looking for. So those long lights that I came looking for here, I did not see them. But I know who sells them, and all I have to do is look online. But I wanted to touch them, feel them, and ask about the pricing here. I did go to the Canon booth and saw some of the new cameras coming out. I went to my gallery proofing company, Shoot Proof. I also went to Tave, who's now acquired by Visco. But more than anything, I loved going around this conference and seeing so many cool, creative people just here for one goal: to improve themselves, to network, to be part of a community, which is why I highly recommend any of you out there that are watching this to go to at least 1 to 2 of these conferences every year. I'll be speaking at the other 2 conferences that I think are worthwhile for photography, which are Shutterfest and WPPI. These 3 are the main photography conferences that I go to every year. The other ones I go for business development and personal development as well. So I do invest a lot of money in my development every year, which is something that you can turn around and say to your clients, this is why I charge this much. This is why I do this way. And this is why I can demand the prices that we demand, because we invest a lot on a yearly basis in our education and becoming better and seeing what's the latest things out there and latest trends out there. So not only is this entire trip a tax deduction and tax write-off, but it is also an investment in your skills. So if I haven't driven the point across enough, I highly recommend that you plan ahead. It's the beginning of the year. There's no better time to plan for the rest of the year than right now. Put out a calendar, book the dates for the other conferences that are happening the rest of the year, and make it happen. If you have enjoyed or learned anything from me today, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and share with anyone that you think might find this useful as well. And if not, I still appreciate you a ton for having watched this far, and I'll see you in the next one.